holds is back in this motherfucker. MCA's back once again, you know what I'm saying? Just like last year, we told the group.
Welcome, NBA fans. Our game tonight featuring the Golden State Warriors going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for the Pelicans, a big point of emphasis: control the tempo. Push it at your speed. Don't let them slow the game down. And also don't allow yourselves to get rushed, because that's when mistakes happen. And we'll see Drew Holiday. Fellas, you talk about the emergence of the combo guard. Holiday's a good example of how roles in the...
Traffic making its way across the Bay Bridge between San Francisco and Oakland, California. Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, Klay Thompson is capable of being a prototypical go-to guy, but his role in Golden State is more restrained. Klay said, "I don't care. I get paid handsomely in a great place, and we compete for championships year in and year out. From day one, I've been a Warrior. I'm just thankful to be here." Kevin, he likes to play ball and play with his dogs, and that's it.
He loves playing there, DA, and they love him. Thank you so much. And the starting lineup for the Pelicans: Zion is the 4, with Favors at the 5. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Ingram and it's small forward. And for the Warriors, Curry and Russell are the backcourt set. Green and Cauley-Stein are down low. And it's Thompson in at the small forward position. Out of pace with these two teams, Doris. You were the primary ball handler when you played. What was your style?
Well, I think, the style that players want to play in, Kevin, are the fast-paced, open floor styles, which really allows you to showcase, number one, if you're a skilled basketball player. Number two, do you have great athleticism? Is speed your best attribute? To me, a free-flowing, fast-paced, sort of read and react system is the absolute ideal style.
And stolen by Russell. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Well, he's getting better at absorbing contact. Finishes like this prove Russell is a tough, dynamic competitor.
And stolen by Russell. The pass to Curry. Lets it go from deep. Favors with the rebound. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. And here's Holiday. 6 to shoot. With the floater, and he sinks the layup.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Russell against Holiday. Thompson finds Cauley-Stein, and it's blocked.
And if Williamson's in the area, you better be careful. When you aren't, he's going to stifle you on the offensive end.
He gets it in there. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Warriors. Thompson outside. Has to Cauley-Stein. Now here's Curry. Outside, Green. Deep, 2 from Russell. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Now, Williamson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
That's a great beginning. 3 for 3 from the floor.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Curry passes to Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Draymond Green plays with power and with energy. Contact does not deter this man.
Ball dishes to Holiday. And there's the call on Curry. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Outside Holiday. 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
The Warriors trail.
Well, the commitment to winning for the Golden State Warriors certainly begins at the top of the organization, right, guys? Ownership has made it very clear money will not be an issue in retaining their stars.
Now here's Williamson. After the miss from Stephen Curry, Williamson kicks the ball. It's Ingram on the wing. At the elbow, Williamson. They get it back. Right side Favors. Second shot opportunity. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Green finds Curry. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And the Warriors with some changes. Looney's checked in for Cauley Stein. And it's Burks in for D'Angelo Russell. The Pelicans also changing it up. Hayes, he's checked in for Favors. Josh Hart comes in for Ingram. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. Now here's Hayes. He dishes it to Redick. From deep, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. And the Warriors ownership saying they want this organization to be more than a basketball team, Doris. What do you take that to mean?
I think it means, Kevin, probably the popularity of a great team can be leveraged, right? Via marketing, via media, technology, real estate. Those other revenue streams enable them to sustain this big payroll.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Alfonso McKinney's checked in for Green. And Glenn Robinson III is subbed in for Klay Thompson. On defense, New Orleans. Shot from free throw range. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Beautiful touch from Burks. He excels at knocking down these mid-range shots.
Hayes the pass to Redick. Here's Alexander Walker. It's stolen by Curry. And the shot goes in.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Outside, Redick. Alexander Walker passes to Hayes. And Looney sends it back. Curry wide open. Good on the triple. Curry's got 5 points so far.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
Passes to Alexander Walker. Here's Hart, guarded by Curry. Just 5 to shoot. To halt the run. Hart, no good. Warriors have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Curry attacking. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Burks against Redick. Hayes the pass to Williams. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Redick with the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. 6 points for him.
What confidence from the grizzled veteran. Redick is as automatic as it gets from downtown.
Looney passes to Robinson. It's Curry outside. Offensive rebound.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
For 3. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Pelicans lead by 1. Live from Chase Center, you're watching 2K Sports. So much talent on this Warriors team. Draymond Green talks about how it all meshes together.
The way I judge, whether we can play together or not is on the defensive end. I never really judge on the offensive end. It's about picking each other up on the defensive end and all being on the string.
Greg, defense is Draymond's specialty, no question about it.
And it all starts on that end. The Warriors feel like if they take care of business at that end, the offense will take care of itself.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Alec Burks is out there with Steph Curry. Then it's Robinson, and it's Looney in at center. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. And he's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. And everyone loves to talk about Curry's offense, but he does enough doors to hold his own on the defensive end as well.
Listen, Kevin, we know that opposing teams target Steph Curry on the defensive end. What you love about Curry is his quick hands allow him to come up with steals. His competitive nature makes him bulldogish enough that he's going to stick with a player and try to bother their shot.
Burks with the steal. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to McKinney, kicks it to Curry. Top of the key, Looney. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. And the Warriors with some changes. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Alfonso McKinney. Klay Thompson comes in for Robinson. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Curry. Or sometimes what was once considered a negative becomes a positive. For example, tweeners are now looked at as very valuable assets, very versatile assets.
Yeah, Kev, no doubt. Think about how much the game has changed for players like Draymond Green, who was so integral to the success of the Golden State Warriors. Here was a young guy who was considered at one point coming out of college for the power forward and center spot, too small to play the position. But as the NBA has downsized, as it's gotten smaller and faster, Draymond Green can be as important as any other player on a roster.
A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Reddick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
First free throw is good.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
one misses. The Warriors making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Ball finds Favors. Outside Holiday. And it's denied. And they get it back. Favors passes to Williamson. No good. The Warriors go the other way. Thompson inside. He's covered by Ingram. Stolen by Holiday. Here's Williamson. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Not a guy you can stop by fouling. Williamson too focused and too powerful. And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
That free throw good from Williamson. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
Here's Williamson after the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. Holiday goes in. Green with the block.
Simply cannot throw up that weak stuff around Draymond Green. You'll hear about it. He will relish the opportunity to send it back.
Russell with a wide open look. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Thompson, accurate with the jumper from the elbow. Thompson's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, you've got to identify Klay Thompson early. In transition, he's so dangerous.
Outside Holiday, and there's the pass to Williamson. Over Green, and the Pelicans miss again. The Warriors have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Right wing. Cauley-Stein dishes to Russell. Green deciding where to go with it. 4 on the clock. Over Williamson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. New Orleans in the lead.
Hey, watch Holiday.
Holiday with it. The baseline J. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Warriors. He kicks it to Burks. Cauley-Stein against Ball. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good. New Orleans has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Ball finds Favors. Basket good. And the Pelicans lead by 3.
Well, wonderful execution from Derek Favors. This guy's a bull, and it's really hard to deal with the strength that he brings.
It's Russell with the drive. Shot from 12. Tries again. And no good that time. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. Burks against Holiday. Shoots over Burks. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Listen, you give a good shooter that kind of look, and it's going to go in.
Pass to Thompson. Launches it. Bangs home the trifecta. Thompson's got 5 now.
Klay Thompson's simply one of the best to do it in the NBA right now when it's a catch-and-shoot situation.
And Favors kicks to Holiday. There's 42 seconds left in the first half. Dishes the ball. Passes it to Favors. Lock at 6. Here's Ingram. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
The knowledge that Ingram possesses, well aware that the D is going to hack him in these situations.
Pelicans shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
He knocks down the first one.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Different look here for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Alfonso McKinney comes in for Klay Thompson. Robinson's checked in for Alec Burks. And Curry subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. The Pelicans also changing it up. He's checked in for Favors. Josh Hart comes in for Drew Holiday. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Ball.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better.
Curry gets the bucket.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Redick surveying the D. To the wing on the left. The shot, no good. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. New Orleans on top, leading by a point. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball. And then we've got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy. And then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
They were strong in transition. Seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted, playing an outstanding game. They can keep it up in the second half, they may wear the other side out.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Curry with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And with the departure of KD, the Warriors able to bring in D'Angelo Russell from the Nets in return. Greg, how do you like that fit for Golden State?
You know, offensively, fits the high skill level they're known for. Defensively, it might be tougher, but his youth, another positive as their other stars enter their 30s.
So for New Orleans right now, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spot. And it's Favors in at the 5.
I'm not sure there's a more dangerous catch-and-shoot player in the NBA than Steph Curry. If you give him space, look out.
Now here is Holiday. He has 7, and the shot is good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Russell passes to Cauley-Stein. Back to Russell. Great D that time from Favors.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Holiday dishes to Ingram. Now the feed to Williamson. And that one's good. Ingram's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pelicans.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Warriors may have some injuries that they're going to deal with this season, but they're going to do it in a dynamic new building, Chase Center in San Francisco. The more than $1 billion, that's with a B, dollar arena is hopefully going to generate revenue for the team off the floor, allow them to keep some great players in uniform on the floor. It's going to be state-of-the-art here in Golden State as the team moves from Oakland after spending more than 4 decades playing at Oracle Arena.
DA, as you and I were talking, they hate to leave where they've been so successful in Oakland, but this building is amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
They double-team Curry. Pass to Russell. Kicks to Thompson. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Favors got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
And one of the best defensive big men in the league, Derek Favors.
You're right, Kevin, because he's got the body to play bully ball, but the lateral quickness to deal with smaller players. When this guy gets down in his stance, he can cover some ground defensively.
And that one misses. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Here's Ball, following the basket by Stephen Curry.
And Ball being aggressive there with his penetration, seizing on any open space to get to the basket.
Curry finds Green. And the pass to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Russell inside. Outside for Curry. There's the triple. That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Russell.
Come on now. This guy is more than just a great shooter. Klay Thompson, really good feel for the offense.
Ball, the pass to Favors. Feeds to Williams. That shot off. Great D that time from Green. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And the Warriors with some changes. Kevon Looney is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Alfonso McKinney comes in for Draymond Green. And Glenn Robinson III is subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. New Orleans leading by 3. Here's Ball. Out to the wing. Here's Hayes. And the layup is good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Thompson. Shoots over Redick. Thompson misses.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. New Orleans moving it around. Curry against Ball. Redick for three. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Outside, Robinson tries a three. The offensive rebound. Looney. It counts. And the foul. They get Derek Favors.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
The Warriors have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. A 2-point game. Here's Favors. He feeds it to Hayes. It's deflected. Thompson against Redick. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Passes it to McKinney. 6 on the shot clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Robinson misses. The Pelicans have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Redick passes to Hart. Pass the ball. And the wide open shot from Redick. No good with the triple. Golden State's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Outside Curry. They double team Curry. Robinson passes to Looney. Taken away by Hayes. Redick against Thompson. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
How about the strength on display there by Ball? Not the biggest guy out there, but he wills these shots in despite the physical contact.
New Orleans making a switch here. Williamson's checked in. And that one misses.
And perimeter shooting never more valuable. And that's been J.J. Redick's MO all along. An elite marksman who can hit from anywhere.
That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Curry. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Redick up top. He's got 9. Hayes dishes to Redick. Hands it from downtown. Redick's got 12.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
And here is Curry. Here's Looney. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Pelicans lead by 5. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Warriors trail by 5. Curry and Klay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Then it's Robinson, and it's McKinney in at the power forward position. That's the Warriors' 5.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart, won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
Shooting 2.
misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. The Warriors shooting not great, 40% for the game. The pass to Thompson. Shoots over Ingram. The shot by Thompson, no good. Pelicans leading by 6. Hart the pass to Favors. Thompson against Redick. Hart kicks to Favors. Shot clock at 6. The dish to Redick. Goes up from the top of the key. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
From 20 feet out, it falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And the timing and rhythm with which Redick plays, well, he is feeling it right now.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Draymond Green comes in for Alfonso McKinney. And it's Russell in for Robinson. And a change for the Pelicans. Drew Holiday. He's checked in for Josh Hart. Now here's Thompson. Floats it up for Curry. Derek Favors with the rebound. Favors got 11 rebounds in the game. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Warriors. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. Left side Favors. Williamson kicks to Ingram. Just 5 on the clock. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Warriors trail by 8. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. And it's Green missing. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Redick bounce pass. Here's Williamson. And the Pelicans miss again.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Outside, Russell. To stop the drought. That one's not going to go. Great D that time from Favors. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Thompson.
The 2nd overall pick back in 2016. Brandon Ingram has shown us flashes. But whether it's defense or offense, still a ways to go.
And Greg, when you talk about Ingram, where would you look for him to make the next step in his game?
Well, in that one season at Duke, he did shoot over 40% from 3. I think becoming a reliable shooter from out there would be a key building block offensively.
And he makes the first. He hits one, then misses the 2nd attempt from the free throw line. And another name included in that Anthony Davis trade, Brandon Ingram. Still a lot to like about his game.
Pairs up well with what the Pelicans are trying to do. Perhaps the biggest asset coming over to New Orleans
could flourish in this system.
And the shot is good. The Pelican lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Curry. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Well, whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Draymond Green is one of the more unique players in the league.
There really isn't anyone else like Draymond. I mean, who does everything for a team but score. I mean, not only can he play all positions on both ends of the floor, but also to be the emotional leader, truly a special player.
Sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I got a chance to find out what Alvin Gentry talked about with his players. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Come on, shoot!
Curry kicks to Thompson. Off target with his 3.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Redick finds Holiday. Here's Williamson. It's stolen by Green. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. The shot from the low post is good.
Boy, beautiful shot off contact. That is what you get with a bigger guard like Klay Thompson.
Outside Holiday. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And only about 60% from the line for the game. They shot it better in that first half, but have fallen apart here in the second half.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Ball's checked in for J.J. Redick. He hits both from the stripe. Warriors trail by 9. Al Russell outside Curry. Thompson outside. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
Holiday against Curry. The shot by Holiday, no good. Warriors have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Russell from long range. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Favors is Pope loose. Stolen by Thompson. Curry on the wing. Over Holiday. And the shot is good. The Pelican lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Stephen Curry.
Big sequence there, guys. Curry takes it upon himself to take and make the big bucket.
Now here is Holiday. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
One shot.
Good from Holiday. Warriors trail by 7. Now here's Curry to the inside. Paulie stop. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
And Cauley-Stein so explosive around the rim. Hard to defend without fouling.
At the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that trims the lead to 6.
And Cauley-Stein has drawn comparisons to Tyson Chandler due to his length and athleticism. It's important he continues to get better.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
Listen, it's only one miss, but it hurts all the same as they try to cut into this lead.
Ball with it, picked up by Thompson. The shot. Ball no good.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
The first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
But I think for Derek Favors, it's a matter of continuing to improve your game, especially on the defensive end of the floor.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. Here's Russell with the 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists in the game. .121 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ball. Bullseye.
And how about the confidence with which Ball plays? I mean, he just seems so much more comfortable taking and making those big shots. This guy is a flat-out winner.
Here is Russell, following the basket by Lonzo Ball. Holiday against Russell. 5 to shoot. From outside, off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Favors in the post. Working on Cauley-Stein. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Remember, this guy is 6'10", 265 pounds of nothing but force. Go to work, Derek Favors.
Shooting 2.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. Trip coming up empty, missing both.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
Now here's Curry. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
If you ever notice Stephen Curry's vision, his eyes are always looking for opportunities to find his teammates.
On the free throw, no good. And so they choose to intentionally foul. the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
And we first heard about Williamson in high school, and that was due to his dunking ability. Now he's a full-fledged star on the rise.
And he does get the second one, and that puts them up by 5. Now a timeout called by Golden State. They trail by 5. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. For our Jordan Player of the Game, Drew Holiday.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a smasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're down by 5. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. On its way from Curry for 2, and the Warriors get it back. Here's Cauley Stein, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Brandon Ingram.
Cauley Stein, a serviceable shooter at the line. Let's see if he can make them count.
At the line for the Warriors, William Cauley Stein. 2.
He hits the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And he is unable to get the second one.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit. Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, it's about the little details. Capitalize at the free throw line, add to your lead.
It's good from beyond the arc.
Steph Curry so cool under pressure. Big moment. moment, no matter. He's ready.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Shoot 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Thompson outside from deep three-point range. No good on the shot. So it's a narrow victory for New Orleans, pulling it out for a W. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Yeah, the nigga holds us back in this motherfucker. MCA's back once again, you know what I'm saying? Just like last year, we told the